Today, we're going to show you how to make a Corpse Reviver number 2. And it's got a secret ingredient, one that doesn't exist anymore. So we're going to need a substitute. So you want to make drinks like this at home? Of course you do. So pick up the Home Bartender Starter Kit at shop.awesomedrinks.com. Comes with everything you need, including free shipping. Welcome to Common Man Cocktails. I'm Derek Schomer. Today we're going to show you how to make the Corpse Reviver number 2 using our Bartender Starter Kit, Essential Home Bartender Starter Kit. You should have seen my pre-roll. If you skipped through it, got you anyway. Link below. 3/4 ounce of all but one ingredient. The hell's my 3/4 ounce mark? There she is. We need a glass. And we need my bar lights. And we need ice. 18 years, making a YouTube channel, making a show. Still can't remember all my ingredients. That's right, my friends. You've been putting up with me for 18 years. Chill your glass. And to answer your next question, there's no yogurt effect within this. However, if you're like still here and you've come from that meme from another video that I produced from the Cold Ones crew, we will be reviewing the yogurt effect energy supplement when Dan and Ian get here in a couple weeks, more likely. We're going to rinse this with absinthe in a minute, so I wanted to make sure it's nice and chill before we bring the absinthe in, and we'll explain how to do that if you follow along. If you don't care, that's on you. We're going to start by putting this in this little guy here. Start with the cheapest ingredient. That's Cocchi. This is Cocchi. Well, here's something more. Here, I'm giving away. I'm burying the lead. This is Cocchi Americano. You could use for this drink, which calls for quina Lillet, which does not exist on the planet anymore. So making it Corpse Reviver number 2 in the traditional manner, impossible. But there's a product called Lillet Blanc. This is actually Lillet Rouge because it's red. But the label looks the same. You can look for that. It's a little bit sweeter, more like a sweet vermouth almost, but white, clear. This Cocchi Americano is more traditional to the quina Lillet that would have been used, which was more bitter. So this is more of a, if you think Putin-Maize is a sweet, bitter vermouth, this would probably be more in line with that. It's got a little bit of the quinine bite at the end. We'll put that in first. Cheapest ingredient first. Don't really know if that's the case because I can't remember how much that costs. Can't be that much. Brand new bottle of Cointreau. Thankfully I bought this. Otherwise I was going to have to substitute. And I didn't really want to do that because this is a classic drink and I'm already substituting an ingredient that doesn't exist anymore. I hadn't said it already. 3/4 of everything. Simple. Except for the absinthe. Don't do 3/4 of absinthe. You get yourself in trouble. 3/4 ounce of gin. I am using an old bottle I got here. Oxley Cold Distilled London Dry Gin. Calls for dry gin. I went with this one. I tasted it first. I like the taste profile. I said, this is my gin for this drink. Last ingredient is 3/4 ounce of lemon juice. Do some jump cuts here for you. And just like that, 3/4. Unfortunately, I used the wrong side, so I didn't get as much out of my first squeeze. And got seeds. This is going to be a shake and drink because we're using lemon juice. Ice. That'll do. Shake it up. Go for like 12 seconds. Good and aggressive shake. Drain this out. Absinthe rinse. How you're going to do an absinthe rinse? There's 2 ways. You could do a tiny little bar spoon. You could do, don't do a bar spoon. You could do like a straw. That's also a pain in the ass. Here's the easiest way to get yourself a dash of absinthe. You could use a measuring thing if you want to. I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to pour it right in the center of my coupe. This drink, as is 3/4 ounce of all these other ingredients, you're at 3 ounces, ounce and a half, ounce and a half, 3, something like that. So this coupe will fit approximately 4.5, but like you're not going to be able to carry it. The absinthe is already turning white. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can. That's because this absinthe is solution because there was a little bit of leftover water in there. And then I'm going to take it, get rid of it, leaving just a little coating around the glass. You're done. That sucker's rinsed and ready to go. Strain that guy. I can already smell the black licorice in case you're wondering. That's the flavor profile you're going to get. A little bit of that black licorice. This could afford a double strain. Except that's upstairs in my other bar. So we're just going to go with this. So there'll be a few little torpedoes of ice in here, but that's fine. So you get yourself 3 ounces of beverage, 20% dilution. You're at about 4.5 ounces right there. So give or take, maybe a little less. That, my friends, is the Corpse Survivor. I'm going to taste it, so stick around. Wash my hands. What do I find? My double strainer. This drink was first published in the Savoy Cocktail Book, circa 1930. I think circa 1930 would mean around. It was 1930. It was considered a hangover cure because everybody knows that the only way to cure a hangover is more alcohol. That's also how alcoholics were invented. It's got a nice little sour tart to it. A little citrus bite. The finish rings out like juniper and gin. It's not actually too much juniper in here, but you get that like floral flavor of the dry gin kind of acting in the back, which is interesting because typically gin tends to play forward in the front, but with the lemon in here, a little touch of absinthe, which brings like a little bit of a fennelly black licorice star anise like flavor to it. There's maybe a little bit of bitter from the Cocchi. I don't get a lot of bitter because I'm getting a sour tang as well. However, it is well balanced. If it was Lillet Blanc, might be on a little sweeter side. If that was the case, if you're like, it's a little too sweet for me, just add like an extra little dash of lemon juice, like a squeeze of lemon juice in the top, and you'll probably be fine. Now, why Corpse Survivor number 2 and not number 1? Number 1, that's vermouth, apple brandy, and brandy mixed together, stirred more than likely because there was no juices in there. I'll put the recipes from the Savoy Cocktail Book on the screen so you can see what they look like for a Corpse Survivor and a Corpse Survivor number 2. Now, keep in mind, these were done, I think, with wine glasses, like a half wine glass or something, a quarter wine glass or whatever it is. We don't use that as a measurement, especially considering the size of a wine glass is undetermined. But back in the day, these are made at bars. Everything's well crafted. Everybody knows what's going on. They don't care if you know how to make it at home. They just want you to come to the bar, give them money, give them tips. They give you alcohol as a reward. And times have changed a little bit. We could do a lot of this stuff at home, which is why I have a home bartender kit link below. The recipe was created by Harry Craddock. He's not around anymore, 1930s, but did create a bunch of drinks. This is made in London. For those who want to know, Savoy, London, Savoy Hotel in London, 1930. So that's it. Go make yourself a Corpse Survivor number 2, and don't do it because you have a hangover, and don't do it to get a hangover. Just appreciate the flavors. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks, I'll get Dan and Ian here. We'll go through our yogurt effect. We'll go through another barrage of like 6 to 8 cocktails for fall, late spring, early summer. Stay tuned for those. That's it, my friends. We are teaching you how to drink.